Guys, I'm going to also today now I'm going to show you guys the Kraken. The Kraken can be a little bit harder to control. There's just hard to explain because he's really powerful if you know what you're doing. Like, if you can use him the right way, you can end the game like that. Like, I've seen people as a level 2 Kraken, even a level 1 Kraken, just annihilating us, and that being the end of the game. Honestly, I didn't win as the Goliath last time, but 9 times out of 10, I do win as the Goliath. I like the Goliath better than the Kraken, just because the Kraken, for me, the Kraken is a little more. It's harder to control by his mechanics because he can float, like hover, glide, however you want to put it. He's like the flying character. But mechanic for it just it's kind of hard to control. I'll show you guys here. So we got Lightning Strike, Banshee Mines, Vortex, and Aftershock. Lightning Strike is, as you can see, it's like a homing thing you can do. You can kind of control where it goes, and it can do some pretty massive amounts of damage. Banshee Mines are literally, as it says, they're a mine. Lay them down, as it shows there. Anything that gets close to it, it'll just go out and it explodes. And it does a massive amount of damage too if you combine them right. Aftershock, I don't really care for Aftershock as much. I will admit that right now. A lot of people probably call me crazy for that. I see a lot of people use it. The only problem with Aftershock is when you start using it, it really just, you don't really have a lot of ways to move. You move really, really slow, so if the hunters have a really easy way of getting out of it, unless they're stuck in a spot, like you have them in a corner or something like that, they tend to just get the hell out of there, and you don't do that damage, and you just left yourself open to take damage. Vortex, I do like Vortex a lot. It's a variation on the Goliath's charge ability, when he charges in and does damage. Sorry about that. The Vortex, as you can see, he shoots out like an electrical wind tunnel blast, however you want to put it. It comes in really handy though, because it really knocks them back to the point where I can use a lightning strike or even push them into a couple Banshee Mines, and I can just annihilate them with that. So I always get Vortex and Banshee Mines. I'll get Lightning Strike just because I personally don't like using Aftershock, because the way you move so slow trying to get them in that Vortex, that it really just, it'll end your game. It'll really make it a lot harder for you. And with the Kraken, as much as I like feeding speed, with the Kraken, I put damage output just because he's already so powerful that it makes it. Lazarus, as his name permits, Lazarus, he can bring people back from the dead, so he is a contender. Bucket, he can do some pretty massive amounts of damage himself. Second tier characters, as you hear me explain, they have a lot more damage capability than the first ones. And then we got Griffin, my favorite trapper so far. Fucking love him. He's like Bill from Left 4 Dead to me. Awesome. And then we've got Hyde for Assault. He uses fire, and do not underestimate that fire just because Kraken's, he's electric, he probably doesn't even get that much damage. Oh no. No. He will take a lot of damage from that fire. Any monster takes a lot of damage from Hyde's fire. Do not let that fool you. Right into the match here, it'll give you another video. I'm sorry, I haven't done solo. I've just been in multiplayer, doing my own thing. I like getting in there. I like playing with other people. But solo is an easier way for me to show you guys what you guys can do. I'll try to put up some like actual multiplayer, and you'll see how people react.
Air bursts recharge slowly outside of combat. Fly as far as you can before triggering the air burst again. Stay in the air during combat. high above the hunters is the ideal perspective for successfully landing hits with Kraken's abilities. Remember to use your long-range melee attacks when abilities are on cooldown, or to finish off a weakened hunter. Use Aftershock to damage clustered targets and hunter equipment. Kraken can still move after triggering the ability, so continue to adjust your position to hit as many targets as possible. Lightning Strike is powerful, but easy to use it on targets with few
not as easy
movement
to escape
options.
if you really know what you're doing.
Use your vortex to
Aftershock's
isolate
really
high-value targets. Finish them off once they're separated from their teammates. Use Banshee Mines to slow down pursuing hunters. Hide them in the path of your escape, so hunters have to do instead of chasing you.
So as you guys saw there, the Banshee Mines. Yeah, you guys can see he kind of just hovers above the ground, does his own thing. It's kind of neat. Alright, so I'm gonna fly the hell out of here. His little stamina ability is like extra boost on your hovering. I don't know really how to explain that. It shoots electricity out of his little fucking tentacle things there, and it pushes you through the air. But flying, I don't know, like, it's a neat thing. I just feel that it's really hard to control. Oh, I didn't get one last time. I couldn't find one, but that little albino guy. So, my armor's going to regenerate 30% faster. That's what the albinos do. They have that little symbol above their head. Saw that. It's like basically tells you, hey, this guy's albino. Burke, eat him. So you're really going to want to look for those and really use your advantage. Birds ignore you, different things like that. Birds ignore you being the rarest one out of all of them. I will admit that right now. Like, birds ignore you. Comes in huge handy. They will scavenge. You kill something, as you saw back there. When you came in, they're like, oh, what's that thing over here? We're vultures, blah, blah, blah. They don't do that, and those little packs of birds that fly up and walk past them, they can it really just comes in handy. Way off as I said, I'm not as good with the Kraken. Probably the best that I do. Hunter saw all that. That's the other thing I should say right now is the lightning strike will give away your position. Lightning coming down from the sky is how it looks to them. So they will see that, and that'll just give away your position. What you're going to do, since they know where you are because of that, they're obviously, as you saw right there, they're going to come look at you. And that is just really going to put a damper on anything you're trying to do. I'm just gonna sneak away. Don't mind me, just a giant, flying Kraken looking thing, No big deal. It looked like Aquaman made love to a Jamaican man. The outcome. All these guys need because Kraken can fly, he can get up to those higher spots that easier than the Goliath. They're off there. One here, lightning strike, one on Banshee Mine, and put it on Vortex. I'll show off Aftershock, I'll just use that in my next evolve. I don't use that as much. I won't try to. I'm sorry if you guys really want to see how that works. Like, I'll show you how it works, but me personally, I just feel that's really one of the ones that it can do a lot of damage. Jetpack to dodge out of there, and obviously it was all for nothing. And just, oh, what the hell? And you're just taking all that, and the vortex doesn't even stop. Doesn't stop. Like, plus one on just hit the vortex, like make some kind of shield and disintegrate or bounce off. No, I mean you'll just take massive amounts of damage. You got just right. hurt. Or none of the hunters. And that's why to me it just feels like a... I feel like I know what they were trying to go with on it, but I feel like they seem to lightning strike. I'll leave those lines right there. Birds came through, yeah. The other thing I'll try to show off if they show up here is, what I'll do is I'll leave them there, and I'll run away, and I'll let the Banshee birds hurt them while they can get away. And I've actually downed hunters with that. They walk in and they hit that Banshee mine, and then it's all over, you know. Go down, and I have to pick them up. And while they're picking them up, you know, it just gives me that time to get away, and again, get that evolve and get that level 3. Yeah, or even sneak in, res attack them, and start to beat them. So, you know, like, the Kraken, as you can see, like, he's got some pretty powerful attacks in him. He's got a good arsenal. As you guys can know here, it's flying a little hectic, trying to maneuver it, and because he's not actually flying, you know, as you see, he slowly starts falling back to Earth, and that's really what makes it so hectic. So, if you're falling, you're like, no, I don't want to go there, I want to go over here, but down here is called Tyrant. We've gone over this last time. They will mess you up. First show up. Will basically a giant crocodile or alligator. Bring him back into the water, and he'll just chomp on him a little bit. Really just does a lot of damage to others, so it's not really a good thing to kill him. I really just want to get nowhere to be sneaking around and flying so much, you can't really pick up where I am. That's the other thing I'm going to point out is flying, as you can see, well, it's just like, there's here, it's on the ground, and then if you go over rocks and stuff, it's like, oh, you know, you're just up on that rock, and because it probably ended on top of the rock, it's just like, oh, I wonder where it went. I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna eat some shit, I'm gonna go back up, my armor. And I'm gonna they're in there with the power relay. They're not gonna go anywhere. I think where people got the idea from is just it's a smart strategy if you're playing as the hunter, because if you're not protecting that power relay, and that's gonna be the end of the game. There with twiddling your thumbs, just like, oh, I win. Well, instant win. That power relay. Yeah, and that's what I point out about Lazarus.